Okay, so I've been asked to talk about what skills are needed to build wonderful e-learning. And on my courses, it's something that people ask me about a lot, and it's very hard to teach those skills in 2 days. But for me, there are 4 key things involved in building great e-learning. The first one is really strong learning design. So as I like to say it, if it's pedagogically sound, then it's much more likely that people are going to learn from it. So number one, that has to be, for me, the primary skill. Of course, along with that, you need to then make it work really well. So another thing I think is really, really important is the ability to have great interactive design. So that's using a tool like Storyline or Adapt maybe to actually build e-learning that is interactive, that works in interesting ways, that really adds value for the learning experience. And then backing those two up, maybe not quite so important, is visual design. So I think it has to look good, it has to look professional. It uses nice color palettes, there's nice layouts and designs, imagery. Also, I'm a big fan of nice typography in e-learning. So I think we have quite high production values these days. We like things to look and feel nice. And probably the final thing, and probably becoming more important these days, is the user interface design, or as they often tend to call it, user experience design. So how do we navigate through it? How does it feel to access our learning? I think one of the key things we're seeing more of these days in that area is gamification. So some ways to motivate people to move through the material, to explore the material, to sort of pique their curiosity. So building e-learning isn't easy, but I think by combining those 4 skills together, you end up with a much better product. Okay, so one of the tips people ask me, what's a good tip for building online learning, e-learning? One of the things I always say is less is more. So I think that's, by that I mean is that often we get given way too much material to try and get across to our learners, and clearly often the more you try and get across to them, the less they engage with that material. So for me, it's about actually distilling what is the essence of it. What do you want them to go away with? What do you want them to do differently? What do you really want to take away and make a difference to what they do the day after you deliver your learning? So if you can really distill that down, it is not easy, but if you can get that right, then I think that's going to be you're going to have a lot more success than if you try and pack them with too much information. Okay, so what sort of benefits to the organisation of learning to build effectively learning? Well, one of the things that certainly, having developed an awful lot of courses for clients over the years, if our clients are more informed about how e-learning gets made, they become much better clients. So I think taking people through what it is to build a storyboard, to then translate that storyboard into a course, to test that course out, and to build an effective e-learning module. The more we can upskill our clients in understanding that process, the better they can do it themselves, and also the more self-help they'll create, and make our job and our lives a lot easier. If you want to build the capability of your team, then definitely want to talk to us here at Aurion Learning. We specialize in building the capability of our clients and customers. So check out aurionlearning.com/training.